ramshackle hut by the forest's final grace. A couple in despair in a hopeless embrace. 13 children they count, and resources too low, so the father must wander to where shadows grow. To where shadows grow. He meets shadows too, in the trees, quiet shade, his God and his devil, and the pact that they made. But a father must trust with the love that is true, so he turns from the first in the woods winding through. Deeper still he did venture to the thicket's grim cave, where a gaunt face emerged with the comfort it gave. A crooked jaw smiled, and a skeletal grace accepted a child in a cold final phase. In a cold final phase. Years later, the child, an ambitious young flame, met his godfather Death with the flask in his name. A majestic power within that small glass, for a cure potent, strong, to make all ailments pass. At the head, life remained. At the foot, death did sit. The physician knew well where the candle was lit, but ambition would test by his own hand of fate. So the rules he starts testing both early and late. A king in his chamber, too famous for time, summoned the physician for a medicine rhyme. But death settled down at the foot of the bed, so the doctor revolved by his own foolish head. The bed spun around and the rules he had broken, but glory was gained and no warning was spoken. Death was livid and warned for the trick he did play. Defy me again and you'll pay for the day. Later, the princess lay sleeping so grand, and the doctor was struck with the hand in his hand. But gorgeous light on her face, and his greed fell away, for her grace was so perfect in the light of the day. He swiftly did heal her with no second thought, nor noticed where death at her feet had been brought. Before she could utter her thanks to the brave, death dragged him away to a shadowy cave. Cave lined with candles, 1,000,000 and more, lined countless and quivering from floor unto door. The duration of life in the fire so bright, and the doctor's own candle was losing its light. He begged for his life to be transferred again to a new, longer candle. In spite of the pain, his godfather paused with a bony, stark stare, considered the plea in the cold, misty air. But betrayal too great for a hand without heart, and death loosened his grip as a final star guard. His godson's own candle, it fell to the floor, and the light went too dark as the story of yore. His inscrutable face fixed, and the flame sputtered near, till all that was left was a wisp disappeared. Death stood motionless there in his cold final place, and the lovesick physician was lost without trace. Was lost without trace.